Good evening. Day 25, last day. We made it. It's evening time. I've got my daughter with me, so she's just gone to bed. So it seems only fitting that we do this in the twilight of the day. I suppose the only thing really left, what I'd like to talk about today, is just about my own experience. I'm reminded, when I was thinking about this, I was reminded of a conversation I had with a girlfriend I had. I was going out with a girl in about 2001, 2002. We had a conversation about some stuff, and it was a fairly relaxed, nondescript conversation. And she said to me, I really think you need to talk to somebody. I said, what do you mean? She says, I think you need to talk to like a psychologist or psychiatrist or something. And like most men, I laughed and poo-pooed that notion. I said, yeah, no, I don't need that. I'm fine, thanks. And I continued to live my life, and my psychological outlet became Friday nights in the pub with people after work and that kind of thing, and various different those kinds of conversations. And I don't think I ever really faced up to who I was, or the way I was raised, or the upbringing I had, or the childhood I had, the school experiences I had. And I'm no special case, you know. Everybody's the same. Everybody's got their own history and their own thing, and it's unique to everybody. And some people have harder goes than others, and I definitely didn't have a hard go. Definitely I didn't have a hard issue. But I think it was a precursor to the fact that later on I kind of realised that I had a lot of anger. Still do, but I know what it is now. It's the difference. I still have problems dealing with it every now and then, but it's, you know, whereas it used to be something that would come out once a week, once a month, it's now like once a year, if that. And I always, these days, I've actually just done it with my daughter. She did something small which annoyed me. But before I said anything, I realised that I was allowing the situation annoy me, rather than her actually having done anything expressly to annoy me. Simple. She didn't clean up, she just got up and walked away from the table and left her plate and her knife and fork all over the place, stuff like that. And it's like, it's tiny. You're trying to teach kids to be responsible people. I have already asked her to do this before, but it's just one of those things that she just needs to be asked a few times before she remembers that it's something she has to do herself. And I let it get to me for no reason. But at least I knew that I had done that and stopped myself before I gave any kind of reaction to her, which I'd never done. Never really given out to her. So yeah, I had a lot of anger, and it took me a long time to work out where that anger came from. And I can't even tell you specifically where it came from. It just resides in me. I have this serious problem with injustice. Somebody overtakes someone on the motorway and arrives at the next roundabout before them. I get so riled up about, like, why did you bother doing that? What was the effort? Like, you could have killed somebody in the process of doing that. Was it worth it just to get one person ahead on the roundabout? That kind of thing annoys me, you know. And I don't know why. I don't know why. So I have this anger, and I have this sense of fairness that I wish the world lived by, and I can't do it. Which is why I feel very strongly about any kind of minorities' rights. I don't understand why they have to fight for those rights. I don't understand why they have to justify or validate their right to those rights. So And then it wasn't until I got to the point where my marriage was collapsing that I was at the brink of, I suppose I was at the brink of a mental breakdown. I was at the brink of a point where I couldn't see the future. I didn't know how to move on. I'm not saying that in a cataclysmic way. I'm just saying that, like, I literally just did not know how to put one foot in front of the other and move forward. Both literally and figuratively. So I decided I would go and talk to a psychologist. And at my first psychologist meeting, she referred me to a psychiatrist immediately because she thought that I was going to go off the deep end. She didn't say it, but all of her actions were, I am extremely concerned for your health and well-being. So I went to see a psychiatrist. And I talked it out. He referred me to another psychiatrist. And I've continued going to see the psychologist. And over time and through talking, I feel better about myself. I feel better about who I am. And I'm starting to find answers. I don't have all the answers, but I'm starting to find them. I like myself more. I trust myself more. And I think it happened at the time that it did because it needed to. I don't think I could have done it 10 years previously. I don't think I could have done 15, 20 years previously. I don't think I had the mental maturity to understand this is something I had to do. I don't think I could have taken the steps required. And I don't think I knew what the questions were to ask, either of myself or of my life or my situation or how I was living or what I was doing. So I still have bad days. I have days where I wake up in the morning and I just don't want to look at the world. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about myself. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror. But I know what those days are now. So rather than hide from them, I can kind of tackle them, if you want, for want of a better term. So I kind of ride them out as opposed to fighting them, because I know that fighting them is a losing battle. I know that it's nothing to actually fight. So I just try and keep an even keel. Look to my anchors, my daughter, my family, my friends. I ring a few friends, close friends that I have that I can speak to, and I'll tell them, not today. Can't do it today. And they're there for me. They know what that means, and that's it. So, and that might last a day, it might last a week, it might last a month, but eventually it will go away. The fog will clear, the light will shine, and I'll come out of it and I'll feel better about myself for having managed it. I'll feel better for the conversations I've had through it. And there's nothing worse than having confusion about yourself, about not understanding yourself, about not knowing why you feel a particular way. Why do I feel like this? And not having an answer. And if you don't personally have an answer, then there's no way you can give somebody else an answer. You just can't. There's just no way to do it. So that's me. That's me. I hope these 25 days haven't been complete excrement. I hope they've helped someone. I hope they've helped some people. I hope they've helped you to recognise what other people are going through. I hope they've helped people to see that this is not a simple matter. 25 press-ups per day for 25 days is not actually going to fix an awful lot. Is it going to bring awareness? Somewhat. But people need to stop and actually listen to what you have to say, you know. These videos are up on YouTube, and so far, the last 10 or so have 0 views. I don't really, apart from Gordon, who I tag in the videos when I put them up, and Dylan in Wales, who also did this. I'm not getting a lot of feedback apart from the first day. I don't think that's the point. Just the fact that they're there. Somebody might come across them at some point when they need it, and maybe it'll help them then, you know. And I'm not doing this for any kind of recognition. I'm doing this just because I feel this is bigger than the challenge. This is the important part. Maybe there's a podcast in this. Maybe we should talk about it more. Maybe we should ask each other harder questions. I don't have answers, but this wasn't a waste of my time. It was a good thing. It was quite cathartic for me. And I hope that it did help someone along the way. And if anybody out there ever wants to reach out to me, I'm here. I'll always be here. So, for the last time, let's get these done. I won't miss them, I'll tell you that. I am going to keep doing them though. I'm going to keep doing them on my own as part of my daily regime as I get back into my fitness for refereeing. So, anyway, Gordon, thanks a million for the nomination. It's been an experience. And like I say, I hope this helped. And if anybody wants to talk to me, you know where I am. Take it easy, guys.